bandi waja lella leda Gumbaynggirr na 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 niyang bandi waja lella leda Gumbaynggirr.
There's always something missing in people, whether they know it or not, because in some way they're always reminded whether the language used to be there and whether they were taught it or not taught it, you know. And so that we've got to fill that gap.
It was white man law that stopped my culture. When I grow up, we only just learned English. That's all was spoken in the household at the time. And that was the time when they said, no, you can't speak your lingo.
My generation, our generation, doesn't know any of the language because the grandparents, the parents weren't allowed to teach it or talk it.
I would have loved to have been a young man, sitting around the campfire, listening to them old men and women. Oh, mate, that would have been something really special.
The human right to have your own language, and what a beautiful language we have here in Gumbaynggirr country.
Murabai came up as a concept way back in the mid-80s actually, over in Kempsey, where a few pensioners of Gumbaynggirr descent were living over there, and they wanted to get their stories in their language for at least their grandchildren and great-grandchildren, etc. We do resources. We also teach the teachers courses, because we're a regional language centre, so we go from Queensland border to the Hawkesbury River. We help get at least 5 of those languages their dictionary.
Coolai Preschool started back in 1962. It was established by Save the Children Fund. The language and the culture has always been a highlight. It's very significant in the preschool program. And the language really has a big impact on the children's overall development.
Boosts their confidence, you know, they walk with their head held high because they're knowing the language.
So we started teaching at Coolai in 2015, and that was when we were really starting to think of, you know, we need to create our own places like Coolai. Started thinking, well, we get these kids at Coolai doing pretty well at language, and then when they finish, for the most part, they're going to mainstream schools and they're not continuing their language and cultural journey. We really wanted to bridge that gap as well, so that our children can be really immersed in language from the age of 3 at Coolai into the 4-year-olds, and then finish at Coolai and they'll come into the Gumbaynggirr Giingana Freedom School. So, you know, it's been 12 years of running programs and building our language capacity, building our language ability, building our teaching expertise and teaching ability, getting the trust of our community, having the confidence within ourselves to open up a school. It's a combination of all of that work.
Having the foresight that those old people had, you know, 30 years ago, to know that if we don't create systems or frameworks such as schools, where our young people can come every day and learn their history and learn their culture, eventually it's going to be extinct. What this school is about making young people feel strong within their identity, feeling proud of who they are, so that when they walk into a room full of non-Aboriginal people, that they know that because they're different, that's a good thing. You know, they have something that no one else has. You know, they're part of the world's longest continuous living culture in the world.
Now it's just a matter of running a school and ensuring that our kids achieve the highest outcomes possible. You know, so that they're two-path strong. They're strong in their culture and they're strong in terms of academia.
That's our responsibility as as people to create a better future for our young people, and that's what we're trying to do through the school. Not only do they learn the cultural values and they learn about their connection to their place and their story and their language, but they learn about responsibility to their country, and they learn about responsibility to their communities and to the wider community as well as young people within society.
I have never had such an enthusiastic bunch of learners. I've taught Year 3 for the past 3 years in Bexley North down in Sydney, and I've had 30 kids in my room, and I've had avid learners and learners that want to be there, but I haven't had these 13 kids that constantly, asking me questions, asking for that extra information, which has been a big difference. It's just that real kind of passion to learn, not only about culture, but about everything that school offers.
I think it's important for them to see that language is something that is not separate to their life. That is something that is there to be proud of and to be used all throughout the day to build them up, to share with their family, to really be the centre of their well-being as well.
It's about allowing our young people to reconnect with their old people, their ancestors, and with their country through their language, and creating our own frameworks where it empowers us as Gumbaynggirr people. We determine our future. We lead their educational development. Our teachers are Gumbaynggirr, all our administrative staff are Gumbaynggirr, all their Aboriginal. It's about that growth and building our communities up, building our own capacity to the point where we're able to be able to deliver a whole school through the skills within our own communities.
Because we want to grow the school every year, eventually to K-12, to uphold that cultural integrity of the school. That's a significant challenge, and it's a significant investment that we need to make. We have a few goals to do with our language. We want all of these children here to become highly proficient speakers by the end of this year, with the ability to tell 6 stories completely in Gumbaynggirr language, and they can function in immersive Gumbaynggirr conversations. In a generation or so, we want to have babies born who grow up speaking Gumbaynggirr as their first language, and to bring Gumbaynggirr back into everyday use. They're the reasons for a school. You need to have that place every day, all day, where kids are in language all day, every day. And then we'll bring that language back in a really strong way.
It's important for the kid to learn, because I think our culture is slowly slipping away from us. Now it's extended by going into this Giingana language group, so which is fantastic. It's excited that it has taken that step.
To see them singing in the lingo, embracing it straight away, So I'm 81 and mate, it sort of makes me strong inside.
It's good to see the young ones with their energy, as well as with their ability now to get started at a younger age than I did. I've got a lot of hope for the future.
Just to sit and read how the language worked by the old people, it's magic. It's magic. My hairs on my arms are standing up because I feel, look at that, I feel that through my body when I talk how special that is.
It's coming back. Our language is coming back.
Ni mandigai uludanaga, ni mandigai babago muga omaga nawa wajara. Gili jogor nawa wajar gundi, ni aguri girwa wajar gundi wow. Ni jogor nawa gundi. Gili niala gadila juniori ni mandigai nawa bin. Ya banagai yangan niya. Ya banagai Gumbaynggirr dari, Jangari dari, Bantalang dari, Omaga nawa dari.